I said that my entire family, up until a juncture in time, wanted the newest baby to be a boy. Anne would have been that male baby's moniker, but Ilana emerged, middle child and soon to be a progeny of 3. Mom would have remained barefoot and pregnant if not for the divine intervention of proper gender selection. Richard Gregg Drucker was born 6 years later. Sigh of relief. Mom could once again don her designer shoes. My sister Lisa treated Richard like a male Madame Alexander baby. Poor Richard. She dressed him up in bows and prissy socks over his tiny toes, and once old enough, Lisa let me in on the mommying of our sister brother, because there would be no other. It's Saturday night. Love Boat, followed by Fantasy Island. Our ritual, white bread, American cheese, French's yellow mustard if you please. Little girl Richard would often be asleep by the time Fantasy Island ended its beat. 10 p.m., if not cuddle him and rock him to sleep. Richard, wake up. The bus is here. Put on your seat, dress for Hillel. Dolphin hat and pony sneakers, tube socks, though we were tempted to stick a little braid where his thick dark curls and bobby pin met. A trade. Yarmulke to match his Jewish Bible book set. Poor brother of mine. But it's dark outside. Richard, hurry up. It's just a cloudy day. The sun isn't really out. The bus is waiting. Get moving, get on your way to school. Well, I felt badly. Lisa gladly shoved her baby out the door, laughing at her gag. I wanted to smack her across the face, pull my baby brother back and tuck him into his still warm bed safe. In our individual ways, we loved Richard Gregg Drucker. For Lisa, he was a plaything, to whom she was a little mother. To me, he was a confidant, someone younger. The real boy, so I could be the girl I was born to be, the actual intended me. As he clearly grew into traditional boy roles, we encouraged Richard to go off more and more on his own. We lived on the border of Hialeah. The year is 1981. Recall it is the boat lift era of Marielitos, filling Castro's Cuba as the prisons emptied and Miami welcomed a whole new community of residents. I loved the cultural infusion and went to school with near mostly Cubans. Some lived on the other side of the Miami lakes, and these lakes lined a golf course then owned and run by Don Shula, one of our few non-Cuban neighbors. Mom daily ran on that golf course, and once or twice she was outrunning the alligators who made their homes on both sides of that water source. Her only son would start out on the jog and then venture off to play in one of those lakes fashioned into his own private sanctuary of bugs and botany. He was all boy, all right. Meanwhile, Lisa was doing all of the typical girly things, ballet, dress up, friends putting on their first makeup. Fitting into neither traditional gender role, I would sit at my piano or at my desk and write, just write. Richard would bring empty containers with him to collect Miami Lakes' wildlife, sometimes trudging knee-deep, pool cleaning net over his shoulder, wading in the swampy sludge of mud. On one particular day, it was a Saturday. How do I know? Well, my dad played tennis every Saturday morning. He would come home sweaty and drained from the sun of another warm Miami athletic day, and then he would take a giant swig without ever coming up for a breath, as if the cold citrus flavor would quell his sore muscle distress, out of the Tropicana, no pulp, cardboard gallon of orange juice. This Saturday, sometime in the early 80s, Richard had chosen to collect his frogs and snails excavated from the Miami Lakes lake into one said Tropicana cardboard gallon of OJ. Like his middle sister, Richard couldn't kill a living thing. He could only convene them together and provide them a temporary new shelter. Swig, swig, swig. Snails and frogs straight down in one very big gulp. Gulp? What the fuck am I drinking? Moving creatures, crunchy bits of amphibians and mollusk crustaceans? Oh, we are never going to forget this occasion. Well, little girl Richard was clearly a boy, dirty, wet, sweaty like Dad, but about to hear his own father gag and gag and gag. Dad ran to the bathroom Too late to regurgitate. Snails and frogs and swampy water deluged our terracotta kitchen floors. The rest of the family watched, laughed. Richard's menagerie my father had gorged. He didn't find this at all comical. Well, Dad, perhaps you should have shared the Tropicana orange juice with the rest of the family, not hoarding it for yourself, unless finishing it to the end. Isn't that the rule we were told not to bend? Richard, fill up that cardboard orange juice container again with love, especially on this Valentine's Day. I need to be filled with your laugh, Dad's gasp at his vomit-inducing mollusk consumption, your obvious boyish energy, and the synergy of our origin family. Richard was our male brother, 100% meant to complete the Druckers, with Lisa serving as his surrogate mother. I'm thirsty now for connection. But instead of an OJ contained with uncertain creature content harkening back to salty frogs and snails, I will have an orange segment instead. Oh, hey, brother. Continued happy lake fishing trails.